She don't know if it's a video that exists. She doesn't know that.
She did it.
I sent her a screenshot. I did. I sent her a screenshot of her and I. I did. I sent her a screenshot, and I sent you.
It feels like the walls of Huntsville are shaking again. Martell Holt has officially gone off, and this time, his words cut deeper than ever. After years of back-and-forth drama, hidden accusations, and fragile peace, Martell has finally decided to air out every secret he's been holding against Marsau and LaTisha Scott. What started as a few shady comments online has now turned into a full-blown war of words, one that threatens to destroy friendships, reputations, and possibly even the very foundation of love and marriage, Huntsville. But here's the twist this time. Martell isn't just talking about cheating rumors or marital drama. He's calling out betrayal, lies, and broken trust that go all the way back to the beginning of their friendship. The once close bond between these men has completely shattered, and the fallout is something no one saw coming. So what really pushed Martell to finally snap? Why did he turn his anger toward Marsau and LaTisha after years of silence and subtle shade? And is this the end of the Scott's carefully crafted image, or just another one of Martell's emotional explosions?
Also did an interview out here saying, I'm like, why would this dude even fix his mouth to say something about my charge? So what's the problem with you then?
Every time he opens his mouth to say something about Marsau, he gonna be talking about Martell.
I never say about you. What you talking about?
Marsau knows about Martell. I'm telling you right now, I don't have no respect for you.
Okay, you it's like dude code, and it's like we together. I'm not saying nothing about it.
Oh, we've never
you
been together.
Where the pictures at, Martell? Let me see.
Cheers to my boy.
What's that?
Go ahead and say your shit.
Keep going, big fella. Keep going, big fella.
I'm done. Hold on.
Let's get into the story behind what fans are calling one of the most explosive moments in love and marriage, Huntsville history. To really understand this storm, we need to go back to where it all began. Before the cameras, before the public drama, and long before Martell's social media rants, there was real friendship between these couples. Martell Holt and Melody were once inseparable from Marsau and LaTisha Scott. They built businesses together, celebrated milestones side by side, and proudly represented what success looked like in Huntsville. To the public, they were the definition of Black excellence, educated, driven, and building generational wealth. But behind that picture-perfect image, small cracks were already forming.
Some of the things that they was throwing at us, I haven't dealt with it. And I felt like it was a distraction because I really wanted to talk about, some of the things we really did have to overcome within our relationship and our marriage. But infidelity wasn't one of them, So I'm like, it just wasn't my case. And then once I started having people come to me, it was like, well, we've been offered money to come on the show and said we slept with your husband. I was like, oh my God, like this
Are you
is
serious?
Yeah, yeah. I was like, this is crazy. Like, people are really offering you money to come on this show and lie. So at that point, I was like, forget it. It's a lie. Like, now I don't believe anything.
Martell and Melody's marriage was falling apart under the weight of secrets. Martell's infidelity had already begun to poison the trust in their relationship, and while the world didn't know it yet, Marsau and LaTisha did. That's where the betrayal begins. Martell has always claimed that Marsau knew everything, that his friend not only turned a blind eye but even benefited from keeping those secrets hidden. When the cheating rumors about Martell finally became public, the Scotts started to quietly distance themselves. On screen, it looked like concern. But off-camera, Martell saw it as hypocrisy. He believed Marsau used his mistakes to elevate himself, presenting his marriage as the example while letting Martell become the villain. For years, that resentment brewed in silence, masked by fake smiles and surface-level forgiveness.
The paperwork.
I know what's in the paperwork. The same way in the paperwork in the court case where you were asked if you were in a relationship with Sheree and you said it was a business arrangement. That's in the paperwork too, verbatim. It's called the clerk typing.
Oh my.
I've been knowing that.
What documents?
Go to the page when my attorney find it. My attorney
You're such a liar.
I'm not a liar, because I'll now go pay for the transcript and prove that you are by the time this airs. Same papers he was sending the bloggers to talk about our children's court cases. That's a disgrace to me.
We gonna talk about
you
this.
are the lowest of the
Watch
low
this.
of the scum of this earth.
Liar.
Martell.
Liar.
Martell.
Never.
Making me look horrible out
Never.
here. Making me look
Never.
horrible on TV.
Never.
Making me look horrible
Never.
on the
funny
internet.
thing is, all the
you
stuff you're
to chill.
discussing,
Okay, I'm
I've
done.
never
Chill, please.
discussed on
Respect me
television
and
nor
chill.
on the internet.
Okay.
See how toxic it was in that house? That's why I beat your ass that time.
No, oh, Jesus Christ.
And let a man say something like that. Let a man say something like that.
As Melody and Martell's marriage officially crumbled, things between the Scotts and Holt family went from awkward to explosive. Melody started calling out what she called fake friends and made it clear she didn't trust the Scotts. LaTisha, always loyal to her husband, came out swinging, accusing Melody of trying to ruin her family. And just like that, one of the show's strongest friendships turned into one of its deepest rivalries. Still, through all the shade and silent tension, there was a line no one crossed until now. It all started when Martell posted a message online that fans immediately recognized as shade toward Marsau and LaTisha. At first, it seemed like just another cryptic post. But then, in a recent interview, Martell let loose, dragging both of them in ways that shocked even his own supporters. He accused Marsau of being two-faced and said that everything about his marriage was built on lies. According to Martell, Marsau had the nerve to judge him publicly while privately doing the very things he criticized Martell for. Then, Martell took it even further, implying that Marsau's reputation as the faithful, composed husband was nothing but a front for cameras. He claimed that Marsau's behavior behind the scenes was nothing close to what people see on TV. And just when fans thought Martell was done, he turned his attention to LaTisha, and that's when the entire situation exploded. Martell alleged that LaTisha wasn't as innocent or loyal as she liked to appear, hinting at things he knows that could change everything. The way he said it, calm, deliberate, and cold, had fans glued to their screens. For many, it felt like Martell had reached his breaking point and didn't care who got burned in the process. But what nobody expected was how quickly the Scotts would fire back. LaTisha responded first, calling Martell's comments sad and desperate. She made it clear that she wasn't going to let anyone disrespect her marriage. She stood by her husband publicly, just like she always has, and told fans that people who live in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. Her message was sharp, a clear reminder of Martell's own past. Then Marsau spoke up, and his response was pure shade. He didn't directly mention Martell's name but posted a video where he laughed off the rumors, saying, "Some folks just can't stand to see others happy." He kept that calm, cool tone he's known for, but fans could feel the tension underneath. For longtime viewers, this wasn't just reality TV drama, it was years of unspoken resentment spilling out in real time. Behind the scenes, cast members have been hinting that this blow-up didn't come out of nowhere. According to insiders, tensions between Martell and Marsau have been boiling for months. There were reports of arguments during filming, heated text exchanges, and even moments where production had to step in to cool things down. Fans who've followed Martell for years say this is classic Holt behavior, emotional, impulsive, and driven by pride. But others see something different this time. They believe Martell feels genuinely betrayed. He's watched the Scotts paint themselves as the stable couple while his own image has been dragged through the mud. And now, he's tired of pretending everything's okay. But here's the twist: there might actually be more truth to Martell's words than people want to admit. Whispers about Marsau's alleged infidelity have never fully gone away. The infamous solo trip to Africa still lingers in fans' minds, along with old claims that Marsau fathered children outside his marriage. None of it has ever been proven, but Martell seems to believe it's all true. And when you mix years of resentment, broken trust, and jealousy into one explosive moment, you get exactly what's happening right now: total chaos. Still, this situation isn't just about gossip or hurt feelings, it's about pride and power. Marsau and Martell were once equals, two men trying to build an empire. But over time, their paths split. Marsau focused on expanding his businesses and maintaining a clean public image, while Martell's life unraveled under public scandal. For Martell, it's painful to watch someone he once called a brother use his pain as a platform to look stronger. Meanwhile, LaTisha has had to stand in the middle, constantly defending her husband while facing attacks from all sides. Some fans see her as strong and loyal, others see her as blinded by denial. Through it all, she stayed composed, but this new wave of accusations might be her biggest test yet. On social media, fans are divided. Some say Martell is projecting his own guilt onto others. Others believe he's finally telling the truth and exposing hypocrisy that's been hidden for years. The internet has become a battlefield, with hashtags like Team Holt and Team Scott taking over fan pages. Even Melody, who has tried to distance herself from Martell's drama, couldn't completely escape the conversation. When fans brought it up during her live stream, she kept quiet but smirked, and that one small reaction sent fans into a frenzy. Many took it as a silent confirmation that Martell's claims might not be entirely baseless. This isn't just about broken friendship anymore, it's about legacy, image, and control. As the drama unfolds, one thing is clear: Martell feels like he's been betrayed by everyone he once trusted. Losing Melody was painful enough, but now he's losing the people he thought were his last allies. His tone lately has been darker, more reflective. He's not just angry, he's hurt. He's talked about loyalty, about how people change once the cameras start rolling, and about how fame exposes who's real and who's not. For Marsau, the challenge is different. His entire brand is built around discipline, composure, and family values. Martell's outburst threatens that image, and in reality TV, image is everything. That's why Marsau has been so careful, choosing his words like chess moves while Martell plays the game with raw emotion. And then there's LaTisha, a woman torn between love and public pressure. Every time a rumor surfaces, she's forced to decide whether to keep defending her husband or to protect her own peace. Some fans admire her strength, saying she's fighting to keep her family together. Others say she's sacrificing her self-respect to maintain appearances. Either way, it's clear she's under enormous pressure. The emotional impact of this feud reaches far beyond television. It's exposing how fame can destroy real friendships, how loyalty can twist into resentment, and how truth gets lost when everyone's fighting to save face. But here's what nobody expected: Martell's words may have consequences that go far beyond this season. Insiders are already whispering that producers are worried this feud could permanently divide the cast. Some scenes reportedly had to be edited down because the arguments got too heated. There's even talk that Martell might not return next season if things continue like this. For years, Love and Marriage, Huntsville has thrived on messy drama, but this feels different. This feels personal. And it's not just TV anymore, it's real life spilling into public view. Martell's recent posts about fake loyalty and friendships built on lies sound like a man who's done playing nice. Meanwhile, the Scotts continue to show a united front, vacationing, smiling for photos, and pretending everything's fine. But fans can see through it. The tension is visible, even when they try to hide it behind smiles. At its core, this story is about broken trust and what happens when people who once called each other family turn into rivals. Martell's downfall came from his own mistakes, but the pain of watching others profit from those mistakes has clearly pushed him over the edge. Marsau's strength has always been his ability to stay composed. But sometimes, silence can look like guilt. The more he refuses to directly address the rumors, the more fans question what he's hiding. LaTisha's loyalty has become both her shield and her burden. She's fighting to protect her family, but in doing so, she might be losing herself. Watching her hold her head high through every scandal has earned her respect, but it's also made people wonder how much more she can take before she breaks. And Martell, despite all his flaws, is finally forcing everyone to look at the cracks they've been pretending not to see. Whether he's telling the truth or just projecting his own pain, his words have shaken the foundation of Huntsville once again. In the end, this feud might be about more than just cheating rumors. It's about how fame changes people, how pride destroys friendships, and how the same people who once cheered for your success can later become your biggest critics. The sad truth is, there might be no going back from this. The friendship between Martell Holt and Marsau Scott has survived many storms, but this time, it feels final. The things that have been said and the emotions behind them can't be undone. Fans are now wondering what's next. Will Martell finally walk away from the show that made him famous but also tore his personal life apart? Will Marsau and LaTisha's marriage survive the constant spotlight and growing pressure? Or will this be the season that exposes everything they've worked so hard to protect? Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure, love and marriage, Huntsville will never be the same again. The line between friendship and rivalry has officially been erased. What began as a show about building love and success in Huntsville has become a story about betrayal, pride, and survival. Martell Holt's outburst may have burned bridges, but it also revealed the truth that in this world, loyalty is fragile, and everyone has something to lose. So as the credits roll on another chaotic season, one question still lingers. When the cameras stop rolling, who's really standing by your side and who's just waiting for your downfall? Because in Huntsville, the truth always comes out.